Decoded.
Welcome to this Book Decoded podcast episode. We're here to, cut through the noise and really pull out the best bits from interesting sources.
Absolutely.
Ever feel like life's just constantly throwing things at you that you never saw coming? Like everything feels a bit, out of syllabus.
Oh, definitely. It's such a universal feeling, isn't it? And that's exactly what Varun Duggirala gets into in his fantastic book, Everything is Out of Syllabus, an instruction manual for life and work.
Right.
Varun, he's this amazing multi-hyphenate guy, entrepreneur, podcaster, and he shares his own path, from being a small-town kid to co-founding this major creative agency. Lots of practical wisdom in there.
Okay, so our goal today is really to unpack the core ideas, the actionable stuff from his manual, maybe help you start thinking about your own. So where does he even suggest we begin when things feel so uncertain?
Well, what's really interesting is how he dives straight into fear.
Yeah.
He talks about his own experience, like serious childhood stage fright kept him off stage for 20 years.
Wow, 20 years.
Yeah. And the book basically says, look, procrastination, that's often just fear wearing a different hat. And the way through it is to ask yourself that simple question. Okay, honestly, what's the worst that could happen? That kind of thinking, that beginner's mindset, that's what let him quit a perfectly good job during a recession, mind you, to start his own company. Everyone thought he was crazy, but he was driven by, fun, really.
That's a powerful reframe. And he also pushes back against always needing to be super consistent, doesn't he? Is that old fable, the turtle and the rabbit.
Spot on, yeah. His version of the rabbit and turtle race is great. The turtle, the one who kind of drifts and tries different things, knows the shortcuts, the off-the-beaten-track ways.
Right.
He actually finds the flowers faster than the super-focused rabbit. It's Varun encouraging us to be this sort of rattle hybrid.
Or readable. I like that.
Yeah. Dabbling in different things, becoming a multi-hyphenate.
Yeah.
He argues it actually makes you better, more adaptable in the long run.
Okay, so embrace the rabble, face the fear. Then he talks about learning from challenges. Right. Even something like, was it neck pain?
Exactly. It's such a brilliant example. He had this chronic neck pain, and instead of just suffering, he turned it into this massive rabbit hole of learning.
Rabbit hole about neck pain.
Seriously. Researching stretches, biomechanics, sleep patterns, everything. His point is, don't ignore those little annoyances, those niggles. Obsess over them a bit. They can be doorways to understanding things you never knew you needed to know, overcoming your own blind spots, basically.
So it's not just about getting information, but how you process it.
Precisely. He has this framework: distill, diversify, subtract. So you actively sort of catalog what you learn, then diversify, look at who your favorite creators follow or reference, explore that content family tree.
Ah, interesting.
And maybe the most important bit, subtract. Practice unlearning old ideas or beliefs that just don't work for you anymore. That's key for real growth.
That makes sense. Okay, moving on from learning, making choices. That's tricky, especially, trying not to disappoint people. Varun admits he's bad at saying no.
Oh, who isn't? It's such a common struggle. And he points out that often a maybe is really just a no you're afraid to say.
Yeah, guilty.
Right. And that leads to half-hearted efforts, strained relationships. So he encourages us to just be brave, set those boundaries, use your limited time wisely, say no for now to the good stuff so you have space for the truly great opportunities, like when he put off starting his second podcast.
Saying no for now. That's a useful way to put it. And linking this to purpose, happiness. Sometimes the answers aren't in the big achievements.
Exactly that. He talks about being inspired by the movie Soul. This idea that maybe the purpose of life isn't some grand mission, but simply to live. To find what he calls tiny moments of happiness.
Tiny moments of happiness.
Yeah, just consciously noticing and soaking in the everyday good stuff. Like he mentions a silent run on a rooftop, just feeling the breeze, not always chasing the next big thing or waiting for some future payoff, just being present.
I love that. And it connects nicely to his final point, doesn't it? This idea of being like Batman.
It's such a great metaphor for self-awareness, really.
Yeah.
Batman's just a human, right? Surrounded by superheroes. He doesn't pretend to be something he's not.
Yeah.
He knows his strengths, knows his weaknesses, builds his own niche. He leads by empowering the people around him, uses common sense. It's all about making conscious choices based on who you are, defying what you think your limits are.
Like Varun hosting a podcast, even though he felt he mumbled.
Exactly. He put on a learner's cap, not an expert. It's about using what you have, not trying to be some perfect version you imagine you should be.
So quite a journey there from, flipping fear on its head and embracing our inner rattle to turning pain into learning, finding joy in the small things. Varun Duggirala really gives you some powerful tools to start writing your own life instruction manual.
Definitely. This whole discussion just reminds us life doesn't hand you a map. But every detour, every out-of-syllabus moment, well, that can be a chance to learn something new if you're paying attention.
So thinking about all this, what stands out most for you listening right now? What's one out-of-syllabus lesson you picked up along the way that could be a really vital page in your own personal instruction manual? Something to think about.